Today, I want to talk to you guys about a little deck I put together called the Dark Knight. Now, this deck is very, very fun. I've got a very good win rate with this. I think I've lost 1 out of 15 games. It's kind of insane. This deck includes running Coughing and Wheezing with the Promo Jigglypuff and, of course, Wigglytuff EX.
What's up, guys? It's me, Mochi. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so I can eat.
It is a very, very fun deck to run. Basically, ideal draws is obviously Coughing and Wheezing up front on the deck, on the field, doing a lot of harassment. But if you can't get this going early, you've got Jigglypuff. Now, in conjunction, you're running 2 potions. You're running an X speed, which is mostly for Wiggly, not so much for Wheezing, because for Wheezing, we have, of course, Koga. Now, Koga, if you're not familiar with Koga, is basically a free switch out for Wheezing or Muck. It takes them from your field back into your hand. So that means that you can have your Wheezing on the field taking a few hits, and then if it gets low, use Koga. Back to the safety of your hand, you reset it up. It is a 1 energy mon. It is very easy to get going and dealing damage with its ability Gas Leak, which poisons the target, and also Tackle. So every turn, you kind of do 40 to 50 damage if you've got a Giovanni. It's very fun. What I want to do now is quickly just show you guys a video that I have already a game I've already played. Let's do a bit of commentary just to show you. I've been recording a few matches because I find that format quite easy to apply some commentary to. So I'm going to quickly pull that up and show you guys. Now, this match was very cool. So it was against a Dragonite deck, which is a pretty scary deck to face. So in this particular game, we start off with a pretty weird hand. We got the Jigglypuff down early, which was very, very nice. The biggest problem here was, I guess, we don't have any Wheezings or Coughings in sight. So a little bit spooky. But we get our Pokeballs down, so that way we get our 2 Jigglies plus Coughings. This guy is running an interesting Dragonite deck. He's running Taurus up front, who is a pretty bulky guy. And if you do get desperate, you can put energy into him. He does do 50 damage a turn, which is pretty spicy. But we kind of just go... I went for like a full field setup here. Really just kind of nuking my hand. Was really hoping to get a Wheezing there because we have the X speed. The X speed would have enabled me to just next turn or this turn flip out Jiggly for Coughing. But then if I don't draw a Wheezing, I'm kind of screwed. So I just went straight into setting up Jiggly since we have 2 Wigglytuffs in our hands. We also have a depleted hand, so we're not likely to be red carded. Although some people do red card a 3-card hand, that's just up to them. This person might have, I can't quite remember, but he's running like a very strange variation of Dragonite. Probably not like a version that I would typically expect to see. It's more of like a switch out and sack kind of deck. So Snorlax's 1 mon is running here, which is a very difficult mon to pull off. It is a 4 energy cost retreat and 4 energy cost to do anything. So we drew Coughing, Wheezing here, which was very, very good. So basically, I straight away just think, well, I'm going to get some damage down. Because really, the way that this deck shines is to get Wheezing down first. And then you use Wheezing as that prime distraction. You're doing constant chip damage. You're spooking them out while you set up your Jigglies for free. So having the X speed means that I don't have to worry about losing the energy on the Jiggly. So realistically, we're not really losing much here. We're still at a really good pace. We got turn 2 as well, so we do have the energy advantage, which is really good. But Wheezing straight away, putting the poison down plus tackle, that's 40 damage. Takes another 10 damage on their own turn. It's just really solid. We also have the sleep check from the first turn Jiggly. And this is one of the reasons this deck is so powerful, because unlike the mainline video game series, if you've played the Pokemon game, poison and sleep stacks. Whereas if you're playing the game, if you're asleep, you can't be poisoned. If you're poisoned, you can't be asleep. So the fact that we can stack sleep and poison is very, very good here. It's actually borderline OP, but, you know, it's why it's so good. There are some mons that ignore it entirely. So some mons don't really care for sleep. And one of the things that makes sleep a little bit weaker in this game is just by virtue of the fact that we can, in essence, get rid of it for free by evolving. So luckily for me, Taurus isn't an Evo card, so it was pretty free here. So this guy's gone for the Sabrina, which is pretty smart. It does waste a turn for me, but I mean, I just switch straight back in. And If I had a Giovanni, I'd get the kill this turn. I don't know what he was trying to achieve other than delay me, but I mean, that is the whole goal of his deck, really. It's basically build Dragonite as fast as possible and delay me killing his mons. So he is doing what he needs to do, which is you know, I guess smart. But his Tauros is dead at the end of this turn if he doesn't switch him out. I think he does rip out 2x speeds here, which is kind of funny. I can't quite remember. Sabrina's me again. Alright, so here I just had to make a decision, but obviously like the safest play is just to do Jiggly again. This guy's going to die this turn. So, okay, he does die. I thought he might have double X-speeded, but I think he was... Because I think he passed Sleep Check there, right? And then he brings in Snorlax, which I thought was very, very... probably not smart. If I was him, I would have definitely brought Dratinian, but to each their own. Because he's already kind of set up on his Dragonair. Like, all he needs is one more energy, and he's already got the Lightning and Water, so he's kind of chilling. So Dratini made more sense here, but I guess maybe he wanted to set up 2 Dragonites. Maybe he's got all his cards already. So I just get more energy into Wiggly. I actually don't need to do anything against Snorlax. I just leave him there. I mean, I think that's basically a bit of like a freebie for me. Like it kind of just works out pretty well. So I get another Wheezing, so I'm kind of in a really good position. And I say this because Dragonite is going to come out very soon. Obviously, he's got Snorlax stuck on field. Can't retreat unless they've got like 2 X speeds. Because they're at 3. They're at 1 energy, sorry. There's a 4 retreat cost. And I'm in a pretty good position here where I can afford to kind of throw my energies around. And Wigglytuff and Wheezing are both quite heavy on the HP, which means I'm not that scared of Draco. It would actually be borderline impossible for me to lose to Draco in 1 turn. Just because I've got... once I evolve the second Jigglypuff, I've got 4 Mons with 110 plus HP. So again, I'm pretty chill here. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't really care if he starts setting up his bench more. Because realistically, like, the way I win this is just with sleep. And that is obviously a bit of like a bit of a chance item, but it's fine. Like right now, I can pretty much get my Wiggly on, sleep Snorlax, get some damage into him. But realistically, like I don't particularly want to kill Snorlax, just because if I kill Snorlax, Dragonite comes in for free. But at the same time, like if I let him get the 4 energies to just retreat, it's kind of the same effect, right? So ideal scenario for me is he stays asleep, but I'm pretty sure they roll heads here, which doesn't really mean much for me again. But he can get out next turn with an X speed, but then he can't do anything with Dragonite on that turn. So kind of like a weird thing. But he's gone for the potion into Snorlax, which I guess is potentially wasteful, because if I had a Giovanni, I'd take him out anyway. But I do respect what he's doing. Sabrina draw here was interesting for me. I did think about it for a couple of seconds. So now we just start building our second Wiggly, because I mean, why not? But yeah, I think the fact he healed actually kind of helped me a little bit, but I definitely had to think about this. Like, it was kind of... I knew my pathway forward, but it was a little bit of an interesting one. Now, don't ask me why I did this, but I was kind of thinking that he would probably bring in maybe his second Dragonite because of the HP pool, but he brought in Chansey, which was, you know, whatever. It didn't really bother me at all. But it was actually kind of good again, because now he's given me a fresh Mon with 3 retreat costs, so I know that Chansey's stuck on field. And either way, like, the same result would have happened. Because if Snorlax was on field, he would have just retreated into Dragonite, potentially next turn, or for 2 turns later. Like, I would have done the same thing. Snorlax would have been dying this turn, because he had 10 HP left. That's the Giovanni I would have needed before. So I keep setting my Wiggly up. And I'm fairly confident to just leave this Chansey here and finish setting up my Mons. Like, there's no point killing this turn. I can't, you know, if I do, he gets a free switch in. And honestly, he could probably bring Snorlax back in, which would probably be what I potentially do. One of the things I was stalling for here as well during this game was my second Koga. Obviously, I'm a little bit worried that he will go for a red card, but at the same time, it's not like a massive deal. And I also started throwing extra energies into my on-field Wigglytuff just because of the retreat cost, and I might need to do like a clutch switch in. We just take a lot of damage from Draco Meteor, so it's just kind of like an assurance thing. I think sometimes overstocking is quite intelligent. Alright, so this was very This was very funny. I mean, I'm not really sure like why, but he went into the lax. I think he just wanted to get some damage into me, but again, like it doesn't really change anything. So because I have the Giovanni, I mean, you can just see what happens, but getting as much HP back into Wiggly is important here just because of Draco Meteor. Getting it over 100 HP is actually imperative because of the damage rolls of being like 50, 100, 150, 200. So we take out this Snorlax for free. Dragonite is surely coming in next. And I mean, the thing about this guy's deck as well is because they're all like non-EX mons, they're not worth a lot. So I do have to do a lot of work here. But Dragonite comes in and I'm in a pretty favorable position here just because of the fact like this guy realistically needs to get pretty lucky with his Dracos. He probably has to take out one of my Wigglies this turn. But we got a pretty favorable spread. Like that was pretty optimal. And the reason I say that is because I have 2 Kogas. So yes, Wheezing's on 10 HP. I can Koga him out into my hand, get a 70 HP Coughing back. But straight away, I'm like, okay, that's fine. We just need to spread the damage. And hey, if we win the sleep roll, this is game over anyway. So we just need to win the sleep roll here, but we probably were in a decent position to not lose either way because of Koga. So I just get the poison for a bit of BM. Koga back to my hand with Coughing. We put the main Wiggly back on the field just because. Doesn't really make a difference when you're fighting Dragonite though, because he's going to hit everything simultaneously. Coughing comes back on, which gives us more HP to play with. And then, of course, it's down to sleep. But this deck is quite good because there's so much bulk in the cards we run. We can really get away with like face tanking Dragonite. And Koga is also really good too, because like you can see, if we get down to 10 HP, we have the utility of effectively like withdrawing and getting the HP back. So Wheezing is a pretty cool card. I haven't really run a lot of the meta Wheezing decks like Wheezing Arbok, but this guy is basically already GG'ing. I don't know why you played it out, because I mean, this is just a check to see if he wakes up. You might concede immediately here, but it was a very fun game. And I think a pretty good demonstration of how this deck works. It's an annoying deck. We're relying on poison, we're relying on Koga switch outs, and we're relying on sleep. And I've beaten pretty much every deck. I think the only game I've lost with this so far in 15 games is against Starmie. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the video. I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration in this match. It's just, again, a really fun deck. Give it a go. If you don't like it, that's okay. Not every deck is for everyone, but seriously, it's a lot of fun. But thank you, guys. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for the next one, and hit the notification bell. Until next time, goodbye from me. Okay, Mochi's not here right now, but, you know, he usually is. But yeah, thank you, guys.